On this week's Growing, Eating, and Educating, NanBop Farm Director Andrea Bushre shows us a unique way to trellis your peppers and eggplants.
Yeah, some plants need a different structured support system to promote good air circulation. And as Andrea explains, this trellis system does exactly that. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to Growing, Eating, and Educating. I'm your farm director, Andrea Bushre, and today I wanted to show you a different way to trellis your plants. So here we're going to talk about how to trellis our peppers and our eggplants. Last week we talked about how to trellis your cucumbers and tomatoes, and so this system actually works for both, but this is something that we're using in our high tunnels to kind of corral our peppers that grow a little bit differently than those two plants. All you need to do this type of trellising system is a few metal T-posts, some wooden posts that are about 4 feet high, tomato trellising, and something to pound your posts in. So you want to start your row and end your row with your metal T-posts. So your metal T-posts can actually handle a little bit more tension than your wooden stakes will. So you want to start your row with it, and you also want to put one in the middle so that it can handle some of the weight and the tension that you're going to be putting on it. So then the rest of your posts will be your wooden ones. So I like to go every 3 or 4 plants or so before I pound in my posts. So you're just gonna pound in enough to make your post sturdy. So usually that's like maybe 6 inches to a foot or so. And so you're just grabbing your stake, you're going 3 or 4 plants, and then you're gonna pound it in. The next step is to tie your string and to start actually trellising your plants. So for the first string, I like to just gauge how tall my plants are. And so I'm looking at this eggplant here and I'm seeing kind of the top part of it, and that's where the most risk of snappage is going to be. So I'm gonna estimate that I want my string to be at a certain spot on my T-posts, and I'm gonna tie my string on and then trellis. Now that I've tied it, I'm ready to start pulling out my string. So I'm gonna make sure my string goes underneath all of my leaves. And I'm gonna bring it here, go around the post, and make sure you're keeping it taut. And then you go to your next post, and you do the same thing. And then when you get to the end of your row, you're just gonna wrap it around again, and then go on the other side of the plant. And all this is doing is sandwiching your plant together and making it so that it can't fall over quite as easily. Sometimes you'll hit some plants that are smaller than others, and that's okay. Just as they grow, you'll be able to just kind of tuck them into this trellising. And then when you get to your end, I like to wrap it around a couple times to hold the tension, and then tie it off. So here we have our pepper plants that are a little bit taller and a little farther along than our eggplant is. And so you can see down here that we have 2 levels of string. And so typically, especially with the first stages of growth, we only go up about 6 inches or so with our string. And so as these pepper plants grow, we'll go up another 6 inches and add another layer of string. And what'll happen is as the peppers come on and the fruits come on, we'll be able to lay the peppers on the side of the string so that the weight of the peppers is actually falling on the string and not as much the plant. But it's also, you can see, preventing the plant from being able to fall either direction. And so this is something that's going to keep you from buying individual tomato cage plants, because you can do this easily with your tomatoes as well. So this is a little bit cost effective and a little bit more time effective for your gardens. So I encourage you to try this out and see how it goes.